Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page. Now it's off to the show. Take it away, nerds.
Alrighty, guys, thank you for that. I had a little bit of mic issue there, had a little technical problem. Thanks to Google, but welcome here tonight to Extreme Sim TV's coverage of the Sim 500 ARCA series here. Round number 3 here, third race of the season. Last week we had 12 cars show up. Here tonight we're going to have a little bit more than that show up here for this one. 2 minutes of qualifying left. I'm going to turn the mic off to where I can put it back on its stand and not blow your guys' eardrums out when I put it back on the stand. So I'll be right back with you. We'll be back here in a moment as qualifying continues here from Homestead. Alright, and you're back on the mic stand finally. Finally, everything's working as it should. Gotta love Google updates, right? Gotta love when everything updates, messes all your settings up, and then you have to redo everything in a moment's notice because you didn't expect it to happen. So yeah, thank you for that, Windows. Anyway, qualifying underway right now, and you take a look, Bob, right here in the number 4 car out there on track. He is one of the ones that was not here the last week in the number 4 State Machine. Scott Smiley, however, in that 12 car, he was here, I believe, last week. Woods there, Jeff Hollingsworth. I remember Mr. Hollingsworth, Bobby Wetzel, right there, Paul Crumrod, James Largman there, Ed Burrell, Tyler Dalton, Gerald Livingston, Matthew back with us, John Hinchman Jr., Michael Milfelt Jr., James back there, George with us here tonight, Ben McDonald, Mitchell right there, as well as Chris Sawyer, rounding out the cars showing up right now, top of qualifying. That is Bentley, who is on top of the board here, 33-6 here for round number 3 here tonight. We'll have your points for you here momentarily, but this is going to be a good one. Homestead, Miami, the ARCA car, always a good combination. Never disappoints when we do come here to a place like Homestead. But right now, Tyler Dalton on top of the board with a 33-6-9-4. Dalton leads in qualifying. We are ready to go. And this next part, our brand new starting grid. Now, it's not completely all the way where I want it, but we are getting there here. As we get more cars, I can dial it in more. But you see Tyler right there, Tyler Dalton in a 19 Dodge. On pole, Bentley right there, or Bentley in second. Row number 2, that's going to be Bobby there in the 4, and we'll have his car up there as well, alongside Scott Smiley, the 07 of Donnie Woods. Jeff Hollingsworth there, Bobby Wetzel there in 8th. 9th in row number 5, that's going to be Paul Crumry in the 15 Hooters machine. John Hinchman Jr. right there in the 60. There is the 59 of Lawrenceman. Again, we got to get his number in there along with Ben McDonald there in the 18. There's the 98 of Chris Sawyer alongside the 22 for this one. Row number 8, there is the 75 of Mr. Michael Milfelt Jr. alongside the 21 of Ed Burrell right there alongside. There is the 96 machine of Gerald Livingston alongside the 27 right there as well for the start. In row number 10, that's going to be Matthew in the 28 alongside James there in the 35. And that will be it for the 20 cars here tonight in this one. So as we get ready to go here with 41 minutes on the board, ready to rock and roll here for 74 laps from the Homestead Miami Speedway. These ARCA cars are going to be a handful all night long. If you're ready, I'm ready to go. ARCA racing here for the Sim 500 group. And we are all ready to go in round number 3 here tonight. There is the 19 machine. You see him on the starting grid back here in that Dodge here tonight, ready to go. Is we are going to go for 74 laps here tonight, or 55 minutes, whichever one comes first. Cars rolling off of pit road as we speak. Gillen Water right there as well in the 4. Matthew, John, and they're also in the mix. So everybody going to roll off here. We're going to get ready to get this thing green flag here tonight. We want to thank our partners, as always, the Nerds Doing Nerds Things podcast. Check out their newest episode today on The Mist at their Spotify, Google Play, and much, much more. As we get ready to go green here tonight, right now, we're going to have 74 laps at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Thank you guys for coming out late on a Saturday night to Extreme Sim TV and tonight's coverage of the Sim 500 ARCA Throwback Series here this evening. This is, again, their 3rd round at Homestead Miami. We're going to quickly, as they come through 3 and 4, look at the track facts for Miami. It's going to be a 1.5 mile racetrack track temp right now, 101 degrees, air temp 78. It's going to be a hot, slick one all night. Field off of turn 4. Here we go. Green flag in the air. We're rolling here at Homestead. Dalton, great start for him. He'll jump out to the race lead early on. Everybody will fall in line behind Dalton. Headed for turn number 1. We'll see multiple grooves here tonight. There is the 18 rocking the outside of the racetrack here. Doing a good job down the back. They'll be side by side. Bobby Gillenwater going to try to challenge here for second early on into turn 3 and 4. Again, multiple groups here for the Sim 500 group here tonight. Dalton leads in that Dodge right now off of turn number 4 to 4. A little bit loose of Gillenwater. He'll grab it underneath of him. Scott Smiley follows. Hollingsworth right there in 6th. Ron Hollyfield and Mr. Paul Crumry in the Hooters machine right there in tow as well. Again, these drivers only getting one set of tires here tonight, so you're going to have to conserve to set your own. You got 73 minutes here, or 73 laps. You don't want to burn the tires right off of the car early on. Bobby Wetzel to the bottom of looks like Ben McDonald on his outside. McDonald going to let him slide by, not missing anything up front with single file at the front of the pack. Wetzel still under fire with McDonald. Mitchell right here in the 07. Michael and John right there. There's James in the 59 holding serve right now with Chris Sawyer, Dowie Woods, and Gerald Livingston back here as well. Deep in this pack here at Homestead right now. But up front, Tyler Dalton leads off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway once again. Dalton leads here to complete lap number 1. No surprise there. Dalton out front, strong here tonight as he rolls into 1 and 2 here this evening. So Dalton out front leading right now, continuing to hang on as they work their way down the back straightaway with Dalton leading. Bentley in 2nd. Bob Gillenwater there in 3rd. Hanging tight with them here after 4 laps of this 74-lap event here at Homestead Miami Speedway. I'd say it feels a little weird calling this one without AJ up here with us. AJ was with us last week. We had a great time. He'll be back next Saturday. But unfortunately, he had to, well, fortunately/unfortunately, he is busy partying and celebrating a wedding this weekend. And currently, baby, enjoying adult beverages at the moment. So, AJ, if you're watching somehow, buddy, have fun, man. Look forward to having you back next Saturday night. Wetzel right there in 8th. McDonald right there. Mafelt Jr. and John right there in 11th. Chris Sawyer right now in 12th. In the 98 machine. And right now, down the back straightaway. Woods there as well. This back half of the pack at least pretty well spread out with Mitchell, Gerald Livingston, and James Lardman right there as well. Lardman in the 59. There is George Ricon and Mr. Ed Burrell right there behind him. Matthew 19th, and James Silk is out of this one early. But don't be surprised, Tyler Dalton leading here early on at Homestead after the first 7 laps of 74 here tonight. That's the way we got it right now as they continue to run through this one early on. The 19 leads a Dalton. Bentley in 2nd. Bob Gillenwater in 3rd. Scott Smiley in 4th. That 12 Chevrolet right there as well. There is that 12 DuPont Chevrolet. Jeff Hollingsworth there in the 97 in the Coast Guard machine. Ron Holyfield right there. And Bobby Wetzel. But Wetzel going to fight with Crumry. That's for 8th and 9th on the racetrack as they run. There's the 16 of Ben McDonald. Great run for McDonald as well. Sawyer back there in the 98 trying to inch his way forward. But right now, the Pennzoil 11 on Ron Hollyfield holds on, holds serve to 6th. Paul Crumry in 7th. And what about Bobby Wetzel in 8th and Ben right there in 9th? You see the 16 machine, Ben McDonald. The 3M number 16 reminds me of the Greg Biffle paint scheme from 05 to 06 era, which was the best era in NASCAR in my opinion. Greg Biffle paint schemes, because here comes the 60 Granger. Well, that's Greg Biffle's old Xfinity car paint as well. So Biffle being kind of represented here tonight inside the top 10. Again, Tyler Dalton up front in the 19. He's got a challenge. That is going to be Mr. Bentley Glazer. Glazer to the bottom, slides through and clear. Again, that 19 car is representative of the Evernham Motorsports machines. That's the 19 And I think Mayfield run the night, if I remember correctly. We're going to talk a little bit old school paints here for a moment. So the 19 was Mayfield at one point in time. The 9 was Kane. We're on board with the 9. And then we've got the trio in here because the 98, who is around. We were getting ready to talk about him for paint scheme reasons, but that was Aaron Crocker's number back in the day. But the first yellow on the racetrack is for that number 98. And we're going to get a replay right now. So we'll go to our Extreme Sim TV replay here. Let's take a look. So let's see if we can figure out what happened. Bring the caution out here. So let's see. Let's see here. Slow-mo here, so here we go. Trouble right there. They were down the back straightaway. You're going to see that 98. And I think he's just going to get a little bit free in the center of 3 and 4. Gets a little high there on the racetrack. Gets off of there pretty well, no problem. Let's see what happens down here in 1 and 2 as they continue to run towards turns 1 and 2 here. Down into the corner, up the racetrack. Just gets free right in front of the 96. Nowhere for him to go, or the 59. So 3 cars going to get swept up in this early incident here tonight, the first one of the evening. And we'll get ready to go back at it here as cars on pit road here. Early on, first incident of the evening. So there you go, caution on the racetrack here early on here tonight at the Homestead Miami Speedway. And it was for that 98 that went around bringing the yellow out. But it's going to be Bentley now, your race leader. Had just gotten around Tyler Dalton, who has slid back to second. Here we go. So we'll get ready to get back green flag racing in just a moment, if we can here. So again, early on, caution back out on the racetrack. So as they continue to run, we'll go to a quick commercial break here on Extreme Sim TV. Get ready for the restart.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page. Now it's off to the show. Take it away, nerds.
All right, back here again. Big shout out to Nerds or Die. Nerds or Die. There it is. That is not the website we're talking about, but check out Nerds or Die. Nerd or Die. They've got your stream needs. But go check out the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast as well. Good God, I hope AJ ain't listening to that one. I screwed that promotion up, but we're going green here tonight. Sim 500 Throwback ARCA series. Back underway here on Extreme Sim TV. Back up through the gears we go. Restart here at Homestead. The 19 going to slide backward. The 4 going to go through as they work their way through turns 1 and 2. The 19 machine, Jeff Hollingsworth, right there underneath making a move. Hollingsworth going to pick up a position. Great job for Jeff Hollingsworth there. There's the 97. That's the Coast Guard machine you're looking at on your screen right now of Hollingsworth. Doing a great job, great battling all the way around. This has been an interesting race so far. Except for the parts when I tended to mess up, but other than that, it's been a good one. Right now, 15 to 74 complete here tonight. Right now, Bentley leads the way. Bob Gillenwater there as well as we complete lap number 15, this time by the scheduled 74 here on a Saturday night on Extreme Sim TV with 60 to go. Dalton led 8 laps. Glazer is leading right now and has led 6, and nobody else has had a turn up front yet as they continue to run early on. There is Ron there also in the mix getting after it. That's the way they run. 16 of 74 laps in the books here tonight for Extreme Sim TV's coverage of the Sim 500 Tuesday Night Throwback ARCA Series. And we got them 3 wide down the back straightaway. Almost 4 wide. The 11 going to come through. Cooler head's going to prevail into turn 4. That hardly ever works out 3 wide to ARCA car. These cars just do not have the downforce that your Cup cars and Nationwide cars, or Xfinity cars, not Nationwide, jeez. But as they, the downforce difference is big in the ARCA style car. Bentley out front, but we've got racing all over these 3 lanes of racetrack here tonight. Back here in the pack, there is the 12 in the mix of this battle as well. There was 1 in yellow on the evening so far tonight, and that was for the number 98 when he got free. Car came around down in turn 3. Ed right there in the line. There's George Bobby Wetzel right there as well with the 9. Bobby Wetzel underneath the 15. Paul Crumry right there as well. Crumry trying to fight forward in that Hooters Pro Cup number 15 machine right now. So right now we run 18 and 94 complete here tonight on Extreme Sim TV here for the Sim 500 Tuesday night, or Saturday night throwback series 2021 right now down the front straightaway again on Tuesday night. We ran the Super Late models as well. They put on a great show, but right now Bentley leads Bob Gillenwater in second by just about a second or so. Hollingsworth back here as well with Scott Smiley. There's Smiley right there in the number 12 DuPont machine. Ron Hollyfield and Hickman Jr. along with Dewey Woods right there. And Michael McFelt Jr. right now in that top 9. And then you're going to have Ben McDonald there in 10th. So 20 laps of the 74 complete here from Homestead for the Sim 500 Throwback Series here on a Saturday night on Extreme Sim TV at Homestead Miami Speedway. And what has been a great one again, we'll head out west to Texas for round number 4 coming up next week as well. So don't forget, Texas will have you the next round of the Saturday Night ARCA Series. That'll be next Saturday evening. All right, as we continue to run right now, Bentley leads. Bob Gillenwater right there in second. Ron Hollyfield right there in 7th. 8th is Woods, McFelt, and Wetzel right there in 10th. Ben right there in 11th in the 16th spot. George right there in the 27 machine along with Ed Burrell. Mike Mitchell right there and Matthew inside that top 10. We got trouble. It's the 28th this time, a big damage on Matthew's machine. He'll bring the car to pit road. We'll go take a look at our replay to see if we can discover what happened to bring it out this time by. Let's take a look here. Second yellow of the night. Let's take a look here. So let's see what happened to this 28 machine to bring out this second yellow of the evening. Ooh, wrecking up in front of him here It's the 15 where it all started and nowhere for him to go. The 15 going to get jacked up in the air. Both cars destroyed. That is Paul Crumrine where all this started. Let's take a look at what happened to kind of trigger this with Paul. Let's see. It's the content's going to happen right here. So let's see what happened. The 15 machine right there on the bottom of the racetrack. The 16 on top. And I believe they're just going to run out of racing room right there. Gets tipped, turned around. Car slides back into the fence and watch it come down in front of traffic. Nowhere for the 28 to go. And that led to the incident. And we will bring it back to race here as he will get that car fixed. Paul involved in that incident. He'll be on pit road to 28 as well. That whole front end of that car demolished. First or second yellow of the night here at lap 24. And let's quickly see if we can find somebody to grab. Let's see. Who's going to grab? There's the 19. He is running right now in 10th. Let's talk to Tyler. See what Tyler has to say as we continue here to get ready for a restart. Hey, Tyler, it's Matt in the booth. Got a copy? Hey, Tyler, it's Matt in the booth. Got a copy? Hey, Tyler, buddy, Matt in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Gotcha.
Alrighty, man. We was up front there for a while, led some laps. Now you're going to be deep in the field. Looks like you took your one set of tires you've got. What's your plan here to get that number 19 machine back up front?
Actually, we still got the tires sitting in the pits down there. We just took some fuel. We know we can make it on fuel from here. We had the lead earlier. I tried a different line. Didn't quite work out. Gave up the lead. But, yeah, we're just coming in there for now. Give up some track position to get some fuel to make sure if it does stay green to the end, we can make it.
10-4, buddy. Well, great strategy there. I thought for sure you'd grab tires, but now all my information updated. So, yeah, good job, dude. Great strategy.
We'll see how it works. My strategy doesn't normally work, so we'll see how it goes.
10-4, buddy. We'll see you later on there, Mr. Tyler.
Thank you.
All right, there we go. Tyler electing to get some fuel here. Didn't put the other set of tires on the car yet. He's going to hold off on that. My apologies. My telemetry will tell me he did, and he didn't. It lies sometimes, but we're going to get back going here. 25 of 74 in the books here tonight from Homestead, Miami, with Bentley up front leading the way. Jeff Hollingsworth and Scott Smiley, your top three. Higman Jr. and Hollyfield in 5th. Wood 6th. Michael 7th. Bobby Wetzel in 8th. 9th right now is George. And Tyler Dalton rounds out the top 10. Now, as far as time goes, let's check that because these yellows slowing down the race. Right now, we do have enough time to get it in. But not by a lot, by about 10 minutes extra. So if we keep having yellows, this could become a time race at some point versus a lap count, and that can change your strategy as we get ready to go to green. So it's going to be the decision you're going to have to make here at lap 26 and 74 complete. Tuesday night, ARCA Tuesday night super late model action coming your way at Texas as well. Or, excuse me, no, they went to Charlotte. They're going to Charlotte. They changed it. It went from Kansas to Charlotte. Okay. So super late model is going to Charlotte here this week on Tuesday night. ARCA Series will go back to Texas for round number 4. Got the schedule mixed up, but I have it now, and we're going to get ready to go back green. Bentley leads the way, coming to green this time by. Hollingsworth right there in the 97. Coast Guard machine, good run for him as well. He'll be right there in trouble behind him. It's the 60. And caution on the racetrack. We've seen it just out the corner of our eye. And we got a car around, yellow back out early on, and that is the 60 of John. And he is on the pit road. Let's take a look at what brought the yellow out once again here tonight for the third time this evening. And we'll go to our Extreme Sim TV replay. Let's take a look. They were on this restart here. Let's see what happened to the 60 here to bring it out. As we come to green one more time, they came up to speed right here. Everything looks fine on the start. They're going to get down here into turn 1 with the 12 underneath of him. And car just starts to step around, and the 11 gets involved. A 9 hard in the outside wall again. Another Evernham Motorsports inspired paint scheme into the wall here tonight. That time, none of his doing. Was just sitting there on the outside. The 60 is going to get loose over getting the 11, turns him up in the fence. The 9 had nowhere to go. The 19 sneaks through on the bottom there. Everybody takes evasive action. And yellow back out. So now he'll be on pit road here. And you take a look at the race stats so far of this one. 3 cautions for 9 laps. And again, time begins to tick away for these drivers as far as getting this thing in on a lap count. That could become a major problem here. So again, as we ride under yellow, these caution laps are in the neighborhood of 20 or more seconds longer than green flag laps. So 46 on the board this time by. Let's go see if we can go ahead and talk to another one of these drivers here while we ride around here under a rash of yellows here. See if we can find our race leader anywhere. We get a word in with him. Let's see. There's the 9. The 18. As they continue to run right now. Ed back there. Caution still on the racetrack. Let's see if we can talk to Bobby and can't maybe. There's Bobby. Yeah, let's talk to Bobby because he was involved in that incident. Hey, Bobby, Matt in the booth got a copy.
You don't want me right now.
Yeah, poor buddy. He's back on pit road here. That car is destroyed. He's understandably frustrated, trust me, because he had nowhere to go and got pinched in that outside wall right now. 30 of 74 complete. We continue to ride under yellow. As we continue to rock and roll. 30 of 74 in the books. So let's see here. Up front, it's going to be gently coming to the restart. Still, 31 of 74 complete, coming back to green once again. We'll get this thing back underway with 30 minutes left as we come to our restart one more time here tonight. Caution field ARCA race so far. '28 there down there talking about being out of this one as well. You see, you got Hickman Jr. You got Matthew down there out, James Lagman, and Mr. James Slilk. This like there as well. So caution after caution here tonight. The toll starting to be felt by these drivers as they end up involved in incidents. We'll get ready for another restart here with 31 going on the board. 44 to go. If we get many more yellows, we're going to turn this into a time race. I will say that. And we're coming to green this time by. We're about 4 minutes to the good on getting this thing in on all 74 laps. We're going to start running out of time here pretty soon if we keep having yellows, but Bentley back out front. Hollingsworth and Scott Smiley, or Simley, not Smiley. Scott Simley right there as well. Holyfield, Simley in the line in the 12. Front of the pack, going to jolt out to a decent run. 3 wide mid-pack right now. On right there in the middle. The 21 up top, the 22 there as well. Here comes the 07 through. Woods trying to look for running room there in the Ford Fusion on the bottom of the racetrack. Oh, one car washes up. That's the 07. Had to jump out of it. Woods going to fall back. Hollingsworth still 7/10 of a second off of Bentley right there as well. Simley there in the midst of a battle with Holyfield and Glenwater right there as well. What a battle all evening long. Glenwater right there underneath Dalton. Michael. Tyler Dalton trying to inch back through. Stop for fuel. Didn't take any tires on that stop. Got to start wondering here if he'd have wished he'd went ahead and took those 4 tires. With the rash of cautions, it would have had him up here with the front group. But as we continue to run right now, 35 going on the board, 41 to go. Simley going to slide backwards. Here we go, 35 to 74 complete. Felt Jr. right there. Ben Donald and Woods there in 9th. 10th is Rincon and up front. Bentley continuing to lead right now. 35 on the board. Bentley has led 26 laps so far tonight, but Jeff Hollingsworth in tow in the 97. The 4 machine. Mom holding off Ron, Holyfield, and Dalton, and along with Simley. All in line here at the 36 laps. Felt Jr. right there with Woods. As well, 36 of those 74 complete. As long as we stay green, we will get all 74 laps in here tonight. But if we do get another yellow here, your strategy may have to be adjusted to how many laps you're going to run. Hey, Thomas, how are you, buddy? Thomas Meeks there in the chat. How you doing? Bentley still leads the way. Hollingsworth trying to catch up to him here with Holyfield and Dalton. Holyfield and Dalton right now in the top 5 as well as they continue to run. Nose to tail down the back straightaway here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Let's see what Holyfield does. Up the racetrack, that's going to let Dalton get to the bottom in the 19 machine. Again, he's already made a fuel stop. And it's 38 of 74 complete here tonight. Emily right there in the 12 machine. And we trying to figure out a way to get that number 12 DuPont machine up a little bit further to the front. Along with Felt Jr. right there and Woods. Ben and George right there, Ed Burrell there as well, holding tight. Mitchell right there in the 07, holding serve in 12th. Bobby Wenzel in the 9 machine after getting caught up in that incident. He'll slide backwards into that 13th spot. But Bentley leads here, 40 to go on the board this time by 35 laps to go. Hollingsworth has not been able to close that gap in any further. Still about a second and a half up front. And what do you think, guys? Is it about time for a little bit of crank it up here on Extreme Sim TV here tonight? I think it is. So we're going to go crank it up for a moment. And I'll be right back with you here after Crank It Up. Presented by the Nerds, or powered by the Nerds Doing Nerds Things podcast. I'm back here on Extreme Sim TV. We continue to run 44 on the board. You're watching that 97 machine holding on to P2 right now, still trying to run down your race leader of Bentley, but Bentley doing a great job just holding serve out front with 30 laps to go here from Homestead Miami Speedway in round number 3. So there you sit, you see Hollingsworth, but now 1.9 back, continuing to try to close in. Everybody else there as well just cannot close that gap. We drop back through the field right now. Woods trying to chase down the 19. And I think if the 19 would have took tires there when he elected to make that stop for fuel, that strategy would have worked out a little bit better for him. He's gotten back to 4th. Problem is, he's got the same tires as the guys in front of him, so he doesn't have that tire advantage he could have had if he'd have made that stop. As they continue to run right now. So right now the 19 machine holding tight there in 4th. Woods, Simley there in 6th. Milfelt and Hollyfield there as well inside that mix. But look back here at 10th, right around this area. Some battles picking up there with the 21 machine of Ed trying to work his way into the top 10, currently in 11th. 29 laps to go, 28 now this time by. The field continues to work through with Bentley out front of the field at the moment in the 18 Chevrolet. Doing a great job pulling away right now, battle for second. Hollingsworth and right now Gillenwater battling for second. Bob gonna slide through. Great job in that State Heaters machine. Get Bob P2 here at Homestead. A great job by Gillenwater right there to P2. Bentley still leads 48 on the board of 74. We continue to inch closer and closer to 26-25 to go now. And right now, new up into the second spot is Bob Gillenwater. Can he do anything to run down Bentley in the closing stages? Bentley just has been on rails here. Led 39 laps of this race after Tyler Dalton led early. Dalton stopped for fuel, didn't take tires. Now the question is, can the guys with the yellows in front that have not stopped for a least fuel, can they figure out a way to make it work and stay out? Bentley again has not pitted for fuel yet. So fuel may bite Bentley here. We've had yellows, but after those rash of yellows, and it's kind of picked back up to stay in green. And you take a look at what we've seen over the race stats here. 11 caution laps throughout the evening. Has that 11 laps of caution been enough to get Bentley to victory lane and not need fuel? I kind of doubt that. That's asking a lot out of that 18 machine. That's about 63 laps of green flag running you're going to have to pull off, because you got a little bit of a battle back there for 5th. Right now, 50 of the 74 complete. Right now, Gillenwater up there in 2nd as well. Timley there, Michael in 7th. Ron Hollyfield right there in 8th. McDonald right there in Ed Burrell in the top 10. So right now, 52 of 74 on the board this time by. So right now, 52 of 74 complete. We have to monitor the fuel situation of your race leader of Gillenwater. If Gillenwater runs out of fuel or has to pit, that would hand the race over to Bentley. That would hand the race over to Gillenwater. And I think Gillenwater is probably in a situation to be able to make it on fuel from that one stop he made. The same as Dalton back here. He's in the same schedule that Tyler Dalton has. So this has turned into a little bit of a fuel mileage race here with just a little more than 20 laps to go at Homestead. What do you do now? 53 on the board this time by. 53 complete of 74 to strike. And again, with 54 going on the board this time by. Nose to tail up front, no changes. Gap 9/10 of a second though. Gillenwater is closing in on Bentley. Little by little here in the State Heaters machine. Right now doing a great job. And they're doing a wonderful job right now. 9/10 of a second. Right now on board with Bob Gillenwater. Trying to get to Bentley, trying to get around him to take that spot and get that race lead. 9/10 of a second, your gap here with 20 to go this time by. So 20 to go, fuel an issue for the guys that have not stopped. People that have not stopped, race leader Bentley amongst that crew. Hollingsworth, Maffelt Jr., Ron Hollyfield here as well has not stopped in today's race in the 11th. Right now, 16 cars still on the racetrack, with 14 of those being on the lead lap. After a rash of cautions early right now, Bentley leads the way off of turn number 2. Ooh, the 4, out of shape. Gets it gathered up. Wow. Excuse me, that was not the 4. That was the 97, I believe, out of shape. Tyler Dalton going to move forward to 4th here. His strategy not working out to what he would have hoped. Again, if the leader has to pin, it'll cycle him into 2nd or 3rd here, which is well on that already pit stop cycle. So right now, Tyler not the head of the table there if this cycle's through. Not what he was hoping for, but Bentley, how long can he go before he would have to come to pit road? That's the $1 million question. With 18 laps to go, he's going to put lap number 57 on this car as they cross the stripe there. It's a lot of laps on this number 18 machine out front. And he needs just shy of 77-ish. Or excuse me, just shy of when he would be 70. So yeah, he's going to need a lot of help here to make it, I think. Trying to push this thing all the way green flag on 1 tank of fuel. Now keep in mind, we have had about 11 laps of yellow here tonight that could help him achieve that a little bit. But I just don't think 11 laps makes up the difference. Coming to 16 laps to go this time by. Now, if we do have pit stops, I assume everybody, or if we do have a yellow, if you've got a set of tires in pits, which a lot of these guys do, except for the 07, he does have fresher tires. But other than that, most of the guys saved a set of tires, and they would all come to pit road 4 tires if we do get a late race caution here in the next 16 laps. And we do have enough time to get this race in, by the way. We got 13 minutes left in the session, estimated 9 minutes to get the race in. So we will go the full distance of 74 laps as long as we don't get another yellow on the racetrack. But Bentley out front in that Chevrolet, if you do get a yellow, do you stay out at that point? If you're Bentley, do you stay out maybe and just hope that not enough guys come get tires and they don't have enough time to get back to the front? Because again, the yellow comes out. Now you start knocking the laps off the total that you're going to be able to make. That is going to be the question. So all this kind of rides on how the rest of this race plays out. Dalton side by side there for 5th. Or excuse me, that's a lap car. He's underneath the 07. Or that's the Woods there in the 07 Havoline machine. That keeps tripping me up because there's 2 Havoline machine cars. There's the 98 was involved in a wreck earlier on. He'll dive to the apron, letting the guys through. So they will be a lap down to Chris. They're 1 lap down now on 14th with 14 laps to go. And now that gap up front closing more and more, 0.4 of a second. I think the 18 has finally backed his pace off a little bit, doing everything he can to save enough fuel to make it. But that 4 machine's got enough gas in the gas tank. He's going to put some pressure now to the back bumper of Bentley. Bentley still trying to hang on, 13 to go. Again, we'll be back next week for round number 4 coming up in a week's time. But right now, we got to figure this out with 13 laps to go in the session. 13 to go in this one here from Homestead. You got to think about what you need to do here over the next 13 or so laps of this race. Right now, the 18 trying to hope he's got enough fuel and enough speed left to hold off the guys behind him. The 18 holding off the 4 right now, doing a great job. I'm not sure if that's going to work, though, because that 4 is all over the rear bumper. You just got to think about just how hard of work he's put in. Up there near the front did the 18 and the 4 machine. And right now, in this one, right now, nose to tail at the moment, as they come down the front straightaway one more time here tonight. Again, Tyler Dalton came into your point as your points leader. Bobby Wetzel there came in second in the points. He's going to have a bad night. And Jeff Hollingsworth was third in points. So Wetzel going to be the bad luck card for tonight, points-wise, here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. As they continue to inch through here. And we'll continue to rock and roll. Again, next week, Legacy, Texas. But right now, we got a race to decide here at Homestead with 9 to go. Race leader up front, low on fuel, you know. But Bentley holding serve at the moment. Bentley able to hold that 4 of Going Water at bay for the moment here down the back straightaway. Can he continue to do just that? You see the gap with 9 to go this time by. Fuel, if he does make it, it's going to be unbelievably close. 10 laps to go now. The 4 looking to the inside. Going Water's going to get the move, but he's not got the tires to complete the pass off of turn number 4 right now. 9 to go. Going Water to the bottom. Bentley to the top side of the racetrack. Late race battle between the two in the 7500. Saturday night Throwback ARCA series coming to a great finish here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Right now, everybody knows the tail up. Front contact, no! He turned him, and around goes the 18. And caution on the racetrack. And folks, wow. Go take a look one more time as the caution came out. The 4 turning the race leader. Let's go take a look here. Oh. Wow. I mean, look right here. It's going to tell the story. I wonder if the 18 ran out of fuel here in the middle of the corner, because watch this 4. He's right there, state water heater machine, right behind that 18 Chevrolet. There's a pretty good little distance. And watch the contact. It's almost like the 18 just died in the center of the corner. I believe he ran out of fuel. And up underneath of him did the 4-car go. Turns him sideways into the fence once again. Oh. Wow. So everybody on pit road for tires and fuel. But I swear, I think that 18 ran out of fuel. And that's what caused the incident. Because he slowed way up in the center of the corner. Seven to go. Woods and Gillenwater going to come out second here. Dalton in third. Bentley going to come out fifth after getting turned around there. You can't really blame either one of those two drivers, especially if he ran out of fuel. Now, here's the situation here. We got about 4 minutes estimated to finish the race. Time ticking down to about 5 minutes in the session. So this could end up, depending on how this restart turns out. If we get another caution, you start wondering if you'll get back racing at that point. As we continue to go, 5 to go. And see how this works out. Now, yellow is going to be the $1 million question here. 6 to go. Right now, Woods leads the way for the restart with yellow back out on the racetrack. Every lap that we go around under yellow, time ticking away. This is going to be interesting. We know it's going to be a late race restart regardless. But whether we actually have the time to get this thing in, that's going to be the $1 million question. And when does it call it? Because time is ticking away quickly here with 5 minutes overall left in the session for the race. Coming to the restart late with 5 to go. We'll keep an eye on both. If we get another yellow, that yellow may end up ending the race. Lap times here on the caution, about 1:21. 4 yellow lap caution laps. So 3 yellow laps is about 5 minutes here. 1:23, 1:24. We got 5 minutes even left on the clock here as we come for the restart. So the drivers have to know if another yellow comes out, it may very well be the end of the race before we can get back green. So you're going to have to go regardless. The 28 Woods leads the way. First laps he's led all night. Gillenwater's led one lap as well. In the 4 machine, he's back out there also. And Woods on old tires. This could be big for Woods into turn 1. Luckily, unlucky for him, it looks like we are going to get at least one restart. What does Woods do? What about Tyler Dalton? We talked about him, that strategy earlier on. He was strong. Has led 8 laps here tonight. Here we go, off of turn number 4, restart coming late. Here from Homestead, Miami Speedway here tonight. Field double file coming to green. Woods going to lead them down. 4 laps to go in Homestead. With 3 minutes on the clock, we do have just enough time to get it in. If we stay green right now, there is Gillenwater in second. Tires, though, on the 07 going to be a factor. Yellow is out. Caution on the racetrack. And folks, that may end it with Ed around in trouble. Let's take a look at the caution. And I tell you what, look who may have just won the pony here. Woods may have just won the pony by staying out. Let's take a look at the replay here. And folks, I do not believe we will get a restart here. I believe this yellow will end this race here tonight. Wow. Let's take a look here. Oh, the 21 just got free, overcorrected, hard into the fence. Caution on the racetrack. So, now we're in this scenario that we all talked about was possible, right? Time ticking down on the board. 2 minutes, 41 seconds left in the session. Do we see another green flag? Or has Woods just won the pony here tonight? Staying out, getting the race lead. Let's see. Field still catching up to the pace car. 2 minutes flat left on the board. Caution lap about 1:25. I don't see this thing going back green here at Homestead tonight. I'm not going to say it for sure here, but it looks like Woods may have just won the pony here. We do have a green, white, checkered, but again, if we don't have time, it will not get us back going. 153, 152, 150 now on the board. What is going to happen here regarding the time that is left and a restart? We got about enough time for one more caution lap. If they get double file, we might have a green and white situation. Woods just wanting to see the white flag fly. That's all he wants to see as they ride around under yellow. Woods may have just absolutely got away with one here tonight in the 07 Texaco Javelin machine, depending on how this works out. We got a minute left on the board. Let's see if lights go out that time. Nope, lights are on the pace car. Folks, I don't think we're going to get a restart here. I'm showing 3 to go, but again, we got to have time on left in the session to do that, and it ticks down 45, 44, 43, 42, 41 seconds left here with 3 laps to go. And the lights are still on the pace car, so they didn't even get a 1 to go there to get a green and white. Let's see what it does here when we come back to the start finish line. As they come down the back straightaway here. 18 seconds left in the session. Let's see if the white flag flies before they get back to turn 4. Or back to the start finish line. Time is officially 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time is out. And there it is, white flag in the air. And as they come out of turn number 4 under yellow here tonight, it's going to be Woods. Stayed out, got to the front of the field, caught the caution. As they come off of turn number 4, he is going to win the time shortened race here at Homestead Miami Speedway for the Saturday night ARCA Throwback Series. Woods gets it. Gillenwater officially second. Tyler Dalton in third as time ran out. Well, wait a minute. I'm showing final lap. But they're double file. Let's see what this does. They're still doubling up here. 1 lap to go. Is it going to be a green checkered? Wait a minute. We're not over yet. This is going to be weird. So it looks like it's going to give them a green checkered finish here. Lights are out on the pace cars. They're double file. This is literally going to be who gets a restart here. If it goes green checkered, how do you handle this as an admin here? So they're going to come around. Still under the final lap here. Pace car going to dive down pit road. And I believe it's going to display green and checkered here. Let's see how they handle this. Out of turn number 4. Green flag going to fly right here. Green in the air. There we go. And it's going to be green checkered right here. And look at the battle behind them to the checkered flag. Wow. Smiley picked up a couple of spots, but it was Woods. No, they're still under white flag. So there it goes. Woods up the racetrack. 1 car around. Woods down the back straightaway. He'll lose the race lead. And now the 4 to the race lead. Here comes Dalton. Dalton underneath. The 07 up the racetrack. Now finally, checkered flag waves here tonight. And it's going to be for officially Gillenwater. Wow, that was weird. All right, Gillenwater gets it done. Wow. Feel bad for Woods. He had that stolen. but it did let him go back to green, a flag with a green checkered, and Bob Gillenwater gets it done in the number 4 machine here tonight. Gillenwater getting it done here. Congratulations to Gillenwater. I think it's about to kick us all out of the session. So we're going to go to our hold screen while I get ready for race interviews here tonight. Gillenwater getting the win. What a run. What a weird finish here. Dalton comes home second. Wow. Hey, Tyler, man. Matt in the booth. You get a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
What a weird finish, my man.
Yeah, that's one word for it.
Yeah, I had y'all showing a final lap for about 2 laps there.
Yeah, I think most of us thought the race was over too there under the caution, but I'm not sure if iRacing Code did something recently and changed it where if the timer runs out, you on a green-white checkered, you get a 1-lap shootout, but we did and got up there and got second. I think if we wouldn't have had the caution come out on the previous run there, we would have had a really good chance to win it. We had a much better restart the previous time, but we'll definitely take second. At 2 second places in a row, that'll be good for the points.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Nobody really knew what it was doing. So how'd that make it, like, for you as a driver? How'd you prepare for a restart you didn't know if you was getting?
Well, it just came down to I'm going to treat it like it's green, and if it gives us the checkered, let off.
That's all you could do, right? Because you honestly didn't know. I mean, I didn't know, you didn't know, nobody really knew. That was crazy. I got to say, that was a first to be in that situation.
We definitely, me and Bob for sure, definitely thought that the race was over. That's definitely a new one for me, but I'll take it. It sucks for Doyle because he had the strategy to get it done. It's just, like I said, I think maybe with the green-white checkers and the timer, it may be different if it ends on a green-white checkered versus it ending on before the laps end.
Well, I'm sitting here now. I'm looking at the session. It's got 2 minutes remaining in the session as a whole. And I think when you set it up, they've got it set up to where you give yourself a buffer maybe for a green-white checker now or a 1-lap shootout or whatever. Because I know in endurance racing, when you come around and you take the 0 mark, right? You get the white flag at the 0 mark, and it gives you 1 lap afterwards. But that's on the endurance side.
It gave us the white flag with two to go under caution still. That's why it confused me.
Yeah. Yeah, it confused me too because it had me showing, 1 to go, and I'm sitting there thinking, well, this one's over. And then, nope, it wasn't.
Yeah, like I said, as an admin, we didn't know exactly what to do other than just run it out like it was whatever the sim said. And my best guess is that has something to do with the fact that we triggered the green-white checkered before the timer ended. So it still gave us that 1 lap of a green-white checkered.
Yeah, so that's about all I've got for it, man. But, man, what a finish here tonight at Homestead. It was an interesting race, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely interesting race. I thought we had something good in the beginning, and then Bentley was really fast. Sort of hoping it would stay green there because it looked like there was no way Bentley was going to make it on fuel. And from what I hear, maybe he was trying to save fuel in front of Bob, and they got together.
Yeah.
But Bob, I'm glad Bob won because he was definitely going to win that race if it stayed green. So that's teammates of Sim 500 Mafia 1-2. Good finish for both of us.
Yeah, it was a crazy night, man. But dude, what a night it was, Tyler. Congratulations coming on P2 then, bud.
Thank you.
Alrighty, man. Anybody like to thank before I let you go?
I just want to thank all the guys at Sim 500. I want to thank you for doing the broadcasting. We were down at admin tonight. Bobby Wetzel came in here and helped and stepped up. I want to thank him. Like I said, I thank the drivers. We had other than that little bit of caution there at the end, we had a pretty clean race with a very difficult setup. So I want to thank all the drivers that came out tonight, and hopefully next week we'll have some fun and we won't have any weird endings.
Yeah, buddy. 10-4, man. Well, congratulations. Great run, Tyler.
Thank you.
All right, there you go, Tyler. There officially moved into the wrong room. I think I did. But we'll talk to Gillen Water right now. Because I wasn't sure. Hey, Bob, it's Matt in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man. I got you, Matt.
Well, how about that, buddy?
Yeah, that was kind of a little bit crazy. I really didn't think we were going to go back to green and just, I apologize again to Bentley, but we've talked about it. He was clutching, saving fuel, and I knew that, and I was just kind of timing my runs, and seems like he drug his brake a little bit, got a little bit slower, and I got into him. I hated that so bad. He was a class of field. I mean, man, he was a rocket ship tonight, and I hate it didn't work out for him.
Well, man, unfortunately, like you said, he was trying to save fuel, and it looked like, from my vantage point at least, it literally looked like the car died mid-corner.
Well, honestly, I thought possibly because I was looking at, I knew we'd had some caution laps, and at first I actually thought he ran out of fuel.
Yeah.
And then he came on, but when we talked, he said that it clutched it, he let his foot, kind of accidentally got on his brake and was about half brake, and he just slowed it down too much. But, saving fuel and clutching these things, it's tough, on your rhythm. But, like I said, I hope he did, I'm glad he didn't get tore up too much, but, he deserved a better finish than where he got tonight. That's for sure.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, you're going to go to victory lane here tonight in one of the, this rivals NASCAR's dark finishes when they have no lights. This rivals that. What a crazy finish.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I really didn't think. I mean, it gave us the white flag coming around, and we were congratulating Doy and thought that was it. But the lights were out on the pace car. And really, we just didn't know what was going to happen. And when it dove off, I knew, well, it's on. And I expected Doy. I wanted to give him a little room because I figured he would probably push up pretty high on those old tires. But, I had to keep my own Tyler, too. So, but it worked out, man. Just happy for the win.
Yeah, I got to say, I'm, broadcasters, we don't really try to be on anybody's side. But I feel like Doy got stolen by iRacing today because all indications was that we were not going back green. So he had to have his hopes up there.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, we were congratulating him, man. I thought it was a done deal for sure.
Well, man, again, congratulations on the win here tonight, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate it. Just, I want to thank Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation that sponsors us in all the other leagues, and especially this Saturday night throwback series, and the hard work goes into it with Tyler and Bobby, and they're my teammates, Sim 500 Mafia, and, appreciate you guys, Extreme Sim TV, for broadcasting us. It means a lot. We appreciate it.
No problem, buddy. With that, again, congratulations on the win, buddy, and we'll see you next week when we go to Texas.
Hey, sounds good, Matt. Appreciate you a lot, bud.
You too, buddy. All right, let's talk to maybe the guy that thought he had it here. Mr. Woods, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I thought you had that thing at some point there, buddy.
Yeah, well, there was some behind the scenes work. Somebody paid somebody. One of those deals, and it is what it is.
Yeah, poor man, because I did not see that thing going back green.
Yeah, well, the fans came to see a green, white checker. So, I mean, on one hand, I'm disappointed, but on the other hand, at least the guys got to see it end on green, and I was lucky to be up there anyway with my tire strategy. I don't think I had the best car.
Right.
If we'd have been able to pull it off, we'd have robbed the bank and probably played the lottery the next day. But, hey, it is what it is. Third place. I got to get some TV time, and I got to do this interview.
10-4, man. Well, I thought you had one for sure, brother.
Yeah, it's one of them things. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. You think you're going in for the win, and next thing you know, it's strip, sack, fumble, touchdown the other way. You lose by 14.
Exactly, man. Well, I tell you what, you did a great job, and great third place finish here tonight, man.
Thank you, sir, man. I appreciate what y'all doing, and y'all keep up the great work yourself. It's excellent.
10-4, man. Well, again, congratulations on P3, man, and we'll talk to you later on, my man.
Yeah, man. Hopefully every Saturday.
Yeah, 10-4, man. Alrighty, buddy. Congrats, man. Top 3. All right, folks. That's pretty much going to do it here tonight. What a crazy finish. Thank you guys for coming out for round number 3 of the Sim 500 Throwback ARCA series. We'll be back here for round 4 next week from Texas. Until then, everyone stay safe. Have a great night. See you in the next one.